All right, now everybody gets to spend time with the tank off, so thought I'd make this video real quick just to help people in the event that you may be getting some rattles or you haven't been back here or under your tank. This is what it looks like. Move this lamp along with it. So you got your frame, obviously. You got your throttle cables, which will have a chance to rattle. One thing that I found that rattles a fair amount is, see the cup for the speedometer, that silver thing, that tends to back out. And if your speedo's acting funny, that could be it. The way I combat it, I've put just a touch of blue Loctite to try to keep it in. But on top of that, as you can see there, I have a wiring shroud that's around it, and then I wrap a twist tie around the base of it and then have it hanging out. What that does is if it does back out, the cup doesn't go all the way down into the frame, which can be a pain to get it back out enough, because this is, on a Shovelhead, goes down to your wheel, so it can be annoying. But I found that is one of the things that rattles. Wiring harness, not so much. Obviously, you have your bolts and your connectors you have related to your tank. So you have a fuel line there, a fuel line at the top, and then there's a bolt back here that holds the tank. And again, there'll be a bunch of spacers. Other than that, I found the harnesses to be pretty stable. Your throttle cables can wiggle. There's nothing really under here that should be rattling. Now, again, I have a sidecar, so there's extra brackets on here. You'll obviously want to check your mounts and whatnot, and stuff like that. But for the most part, once it's off, it's easy to see what's going on here. But shouldn't be a whole lot making noise, because there just really isn't a whole lot. These bulbs can, I've got LED replacements, they can come loose. They can actually cause a problem because there's enough space, I forget where it is, in between, I forget how I did it before, there's enough space in between the dash and whatnot, and you can actually get things lodged underneath that will cause an issue. And it'll short out, so good to make sure you have a fuse on this somewhere beyond what's already in place. Other than that, she's not exactly perfectly quiet. I'll show you what I mean. Just give her, but pretty good. There's a little bit of maybe play, well, not play, there's just all the usual stuff. It's not the head bearing or anything like that. I've checked it. It's just, all these brackets. There's a little bit of movement on this one. There's a tiny bit of movement on that one. You really can only get it so far gone or tight before there's nothing else you can do. So anyway, and I got the S&S back on. So hope this was helpful in case you're trying to track down a rattle and you at least can get an idea of what's in there. Primary culprit for me was always the Speedo cup, and then secondly some sort of loose, the top tank bolt. Until I put nylon nuts on it, that would come, the tank bolts would come loose a bit, and then you can check that, because if you wiggle the bike real hard, you'll see the tank just rattle just slightly or move just slightly. All right, hope that's helpful.